I'm Anthony Antoine. We are continuing to follow the big developments that are happening in Deer Park. As you may know by now, if you don't know, there was a chemical leak there last night involving hydrogen sulfide, and two people were killed, multiple others were injured. And we've been following this now around the clock, and we are expecting a press conference here momentarily from Commissioner Garcia and Mayor Mouton there in Deer Park. So let's head out to that right now.
All right, so good afternoon. Thank you all for joining us here in the city of Deer Park, a portion of Precinct 2. I want to speak on the event that took place yesterday. The community experienced, as you all will know, a tragic loss at the Pemex refinery in the city. And so I'd like to first begin by expressing my condolences to the families of those two individuals, not only to their immediate family, but to their work families as well as to extended friends. And we wish them all the best, but our heartfelt condolences and prayers are with everyone. But working and living in this part of the county does present unique challenges. And we have experienced especially difficult ones over the last month. But with unique challenges, we have developed incredible ability to respond quickly and efficiently to incidents like the Pemex leak and the pipeline fire. We are home to some of the best hazmat, fire, public health, and pollution control professionals in the world. And we work very well across jurisdictions, even under great stress, because we are all dedicated to serving our communities and keeping our families safe. But I want to thank Mayor Mouton and your incredible city, Mayor, the county and industry and emergency responders, all for their quick and decisive actions on this dynamic situation that took place. Every incident, as we know, is a learning opportunity. And here we learned that not all our industry neighbors are prepared to communicate effectively during an emergency. Last night, we struggled to get timely information from Pemex about air monitoring that was happening at their fence line. This hampered the ability of our first responders to dispatch, and it required that we dispatch our own pollution control mobile monitoring team, which is tasked with providing real-time data to residents about air quality in their neighborhoods. Secondly, Pemex also failed to utilize the CARE Act. A line of communication relies on how to make sure that potential hazards that produce during these industrial events and emergencies, that the right information is going to the right people in a very timely way. In fact, the only message posted by the facility indicated only routine flaring. Finally, Pemex failed to provide a suitable spokesperson during press conferences and didn't offer to speak directly to the community until emergency responders were being demobilized and the incident moved into a recovery operation. These communication failures left the community wondering whether they were safe, and that is absolutely unacceptable. This stood in great contrast to the Energy Transfer pipeline fire a few weeks ago, in which emergency responders were given nearly immediate access to information and personnel that helped to communicate the risk to the community and helped us deploy the appropriate assets to respond to the needs of the surrounding neighborhoods. Being a good neighbor requires much more than what we saw during the Pemex incident, and we have been in conversations with the East Harris County Manufacturers Association, and they have agreed to coordinate a meeting between our industrial neighbors and local governments in the coming week. So we look forward to this being a productive conversation so we can all work much better together in these respective events. And so just briefly, some words in Spanish. Le quiero dar las gracias a todos por acompañarnos. Sabemos que ayer tuvimos un grave incidente. Fue una tragedia porque llegamos a perder 2 personas en ese evento. Entonces, les queremos dar a las familias de ellos nuestras oraciones y bendiciones. Sabemos que esto es muy difícil para ellos, pero también para sus colegas y amigos de esas personas que llegaron a fallecer en el evento que sucedió ayer. Le quiero dar las gracias al alcalde Jerry Mouton y a la ciudad de Deer Park, porque siempre estamos trabajando muy coordinados y muy bien juntos cuando estamos respondiendo a estos eventos. Pero lo que llegamos a entender ayer es que Pemex tiene que trabajar a poder comunicarse con el público y con nosotros mucho más mejor. Llegamos a saber que fue difícil para Pemex para entregarnos información en lo tanto y lo más pronto que se necesita esa información. También en estas industrias, ellos tienen acceso a una aplicación que se llama KRIV. Pemex nuevamente llegó a faltar de usar esa aplicación para poder comunicar información a la comunidad, a la ciudad, al condado y a otros compañeros en la área. Y sin embargo, dentro de esa app, lo único que llegaron a indicar es que todo el trabajo que estaba sucediendo era era lo de siempre, la rutina. Entonces, y obviamente eso no fue lo que sucedió. Y también sabemos que en esos momentos siempre necesitamos a alguien que se puede comunicar con los medios, con nosotros, llegarnos a saber la información necesaria que tenemos que compartir a los elementos de primer auxilio y que están respondiendo a esos eventos. Y no tuvimos una persona que pudimos hablar por parte de Pemex y poder darnos la información necesaria. En comparación, cuando tuvimos el incendio de Energy Transfers, allí la ciudad, el alcalde, el condado, todos trabajamos muy bien, inmediato y fácil, recibiendo la información necesaria para poder compartir y entender el evento. Entonces sabemos que, y queremos agregar que cuando somos vecinos con comunidades y industria, tenemos que trabajar mucho más juntos. Entonces yo le pedí a ECMA de coordinar una junta para que podamos nuevamente trabajar con el alcalde, otros miembros de diferentes sistemas de gobierno y industria para recordarles y hablar de la necesidad de poder compartir información correcta y inmediata. Gracias. Aquí les entrego el alcalde Jerry Mouton. Thank you for that patience. It's my honor to present to you our partner and our friend and someone who cares deeply about his city, Mayor Jerry Mouton Jr.
Thank you, Commissioner. It's just to add on to what he's saying. You know, it's interesting when you go through difficult times to see the collaborative effort coming together in the best interest of our community. And there's no question. I would say that we have the best of the best regards to the collaborative efforts, the responses that occur, the specialization of each department, the roles that they all play, and there's without a doubt this event still personified of that great working relationship. We're able to make the decisions in the best interest of the community in regards to ensuring the one thing that I would think he would agree with, public safety, is what we are elected to do and to stand here together. And so putting them resources to work affords us to make the decisions, the appropriate decisions to ensure that everything in this community that needs to be done is being done to ensure public safety. So it was nice to see that at times. Obviously, you don't want to go to an event, but when you kind of reflect as we are today, I'm appreciative for the commissioner and his role, from the fire marshal's office, from every department here that's being represented, the public health and pollution control. And I know I'd be remiss and I'm leaving somebody out, but many aspects to the state. Was communicating with NIMKID yesterday, so it's nice to have the resources in Texas. We are very good, if anything, in this region of being able to take care of the needs that we need to, because the resources are here. So I agree wholeheartedly and appreciate your effort, and you called me early on and been in constant communication. So sure. So it's nice to see all that, and I stand here proudly to say that we are grateful for the Commissioner's Office and the county's support in this equation. So obviously there's not a whole lot has changed from yesterday to any aspect of the impact to our community. We were pretty confident at the press conference last night that there was no continued danger to our community, which was when we lifted the shelter in place. So we're grateful that that has not changed since that moment, and the recovery process of the investigation. And I concur with him. It's unfortunate when you stand here and you got incidents that occur and someone has lost their life, and we pray for that family, these two families, in that scenario. But with that said, we're grateful for the partnership, and I'm sure there's going to be some kind of questions. So at this time, if any of y'all have any questions, please open up.
Address the issues with the Deer Park emergency alert system. What exactly happened? Why weren't some people notified?
To my knowledge, everyone was notified. There was some glitch in the system, and most of that was worked through the process where our staff was able to talk to tech support, and all that was being handled in any aspect of normal processes.
Pemex and the Mexican government say 13 people remain at the hospital with injuries. Can you guys give us an update on those people that were hurt? How many do remain at the hospital, and how are they holding up?
Yeah, we are not going to speak in regards to Pemex, and I know that's an active investigation. I haven't had any update on anybody.
No, and that's part of the concern is that yesterday when I spoke to the CEO, I did ask about the deaths. I did ask about the people being hospitalized, and we just couldn't get a very consistent answer. So to the mayor's point, we'll let Pemex provide that update to those individuals. But those are some of the details that are important to understand, so we can all be thinking about the magnitude of the event.
The commissioner mentioned that the Pemex failed to use the KRIV system, basically, and I'm wondering, so is it basically on these companies to notify the community when they have a leak? Is there no kind of safeguard there for if a company like this just doesn't do it?
There's processes in place, yes, sir.
Comisario García, usted ha dicho que tuvieron dificultades para comunicarse con Pemex. Exactamente cómo fueron esas dificultades. O sea, les informaron, les llamaban de vuelta y no les contestaban. ¿Cuáles fueron esas dificultades?
Pues la dificultad era precisamente que no tuvimos un vocero listo para compartir la información necesaria. Segundo, cuando los bomberos, los policías estaban respondiendo, no tenían acceso a la información de los químicos y lo tanto que estaba sucediendo. El vocero estaba de vacaciones y entonces yo no pude hablar con el presidente de la compañía hasta alrededor de las 8, 9 de la noche.
Cuando se refiere a un vocero, no se refiere a un vocero como public.
Sí,
¿no? O sea,
sí.
se refiere a un vocero que hable con las autoridades.
Exacto,
directamente, ¿no?
exacto.
I'm hearing from a source that there are several people, residents, being treated for chemical exposure. Any comment on that?
I'm unaware of anybody in the community being treated for anything.
You have no reports of that?
None.
Right. If a resident is feeling that they might have been exposed to a higher concentration of this chemical, what should they do?
Well, again, we had no readings confirming anything in the community by multiple sources. But obviously, if they do, then they need to go see their healthcare provider and have that assessed, most definitely.
And I want to reiterate what Mayor Mouton said earlier. I want to thank him for recognizing the county staff. Deer Park first responders were also very, very involved and very engaged on this event. I do want to thank the Public Health Department for being engaged in this event. That was somewhat unique. So if people are concerned about their health, it's exactly what Mayor Mouton said. They should be going out and seeking some help. Now, a little bit of back to the comparison between the Energy Transfer event and this one. Energy Transfer did post on their website where people could go file a claim of any concerns that they may have. I'm not sure if Pemex has done that yet. All right. Thank you all.
Last question. Will Pemex face any consequence with the local authorities, any sanctions?
There's an active investigation going on at this point, and we'll make decisions as we understand it. La pregunta era que si iba a haber algunas consecuencias para la compañía de Pemex. Ahorita estamos bajo una investigación y vamos a llegar a esperar hasta que la administración se llegue a terminar para poder entenderlo, entonces decidir qué pasos vamos a tomar.
The U.S. Chemical Safety Board is also launching a federal investigation. Have you been in contact with those officials?
I have not heard from them at this point.
But are you aware of that investigation?
I am not, Dr. Bevan or anybody?
This
No.
is my first hearing.
Yeah. Thank you. All right. Thank you all very much.